So it looks as if everyone has, the majority of the people who are going to join have joined, because now they're just trickling in one at a time. And thank you to Mr. Jones and Mr. Murphy for staying over so that they can allow people in the waiting room and assist me with any technical issues that I may have, because technologically savvy I am not. So I really want to just say thank you to them, because they're always here to support me and help me with those types of issues. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our second virtual community conversation. Before I begin, of course, I want to acknowledge my board, and I'm so thankful for a board who supports me, but challenges me and pushes me as well. They ask the tough questions and they expect me to give them the answers. So I want to acknowledge our board president, Reverend Thomas, Vice President, Ms. Emma Golden, our board secretary, Ms. Melanie Townsend Blackman, board member, Ms. Evelyn Woods, and then board member, Ms. Deborah Johnson. So just want to thank them again for all their support and for listening to me and my frustrations and tears and everything. They've been behind me 100%, so I really appreciate it. So the purpose of tonight's meeting is just to talk about what's new and what's next. Just want to update all of our parents, community members, staff members about changes that have happened since our last virtual meeting, and just where we are now in the district and what's to come. So the topics of discussion tonight are, we're going to talk about pre-K, the CARES money, technology, the equipment that we've ordered, learning packs, technology, talk about the waivers and fees that so much murmuring has been going on about. We're going to clarify some things with that. I'm going to talk about the technology training that we're offering to parents and students, student schedules, the troubleshooting that's going to have to take place with all this new technology, social and emotional contacts. We're going to talk about virtual supplies, the student handbook, feeding sites, and drop-off locations. Mr. Murphy opened it up so that everyone can offer and extend questions that they had, and he closed it up yesterday at noon. And so every question that has been asked, we're going to make sure that they're addressed in this virtual community conversation. So we'll just jump right in with pre-K. So pre-K students will be attending in-class sessions. It will be on a hybrid schedule at A.W. James, where they come 2 days a week. A.W. James is the only school in the district that has pre-K outside of the Rosser Early Learning Center, and that's because we didn't want to transport those children all the way from Drew to Moorhead. That would be too long on a bus. A.W. just has one pre-K classroom, hence the reason that they're going to do hybrid, so we don't have so many children in one classroom at a time. And if you have any questions about that schedule, contact Ms. Aiken at A.W. James, and she can provide you more information on that hybrid schedule. James C. Rosser Early Learning Center will have in-class sessions for their pre-K, and they'll come every day. James C. Rosser Early Learning Center has 5 teachers, and so we can really social distance those children and spread them out. So Rosser, those pre-K children will attend every day, and at A.W. James, they will be on a hybrid schedule. Transportation will be provided to those babies, but they must be registered in our district in order to participate in our pre-K programs. And the numbers are, they're filling up pretty quickly. So if you haven't registered your children, or you know someone who wants to register and be a member of our pre-K team, please contact Ms. Daisy Hawkins, the principal at Rosser Early Learning Center, or Ms. Leanne Reynolds, the director of early learning. And you can get their contact information off of our district website. Okay. And just so you know, this presentation will be recorded, and Mr. Murphy will put it on our social media pages, and Ms. Dunnigan will also upload it to our website. The CARES money. There has been a lot of talk about the CARES money. So I want to make sure that I am 100% transparent and show you where all of that money has been spent. First of all, we haven't received the money yet. This is how much they have allocated to the district. $2,390,198. Like I said, we have not received a penny of that money, but they've told us that we're going to get it, so we're going to have to be reimbursed. But I wanted to make sure that I spend a little time on this, because there's been a lot of conversations about how the district is spending this money. There's even been conversations that Ms. Davis is getting some of the money. The only money that I receive from the district comes in my paycheck. I don't get any extra money from vendors, from grants, anything. And if you don't believe me, ask the board members, because they're the one who, who have to set my salary and pay me. So I don't get any extra money. So this is how this money is spent. like I said, we received $2,390,198 of CARES money. That's from the MDE from the federal government. It's grant money. So you know it's going to be highly monitored. So 96,214 of those dollars go to private schools. North Sunflower Academy got a little over 38,000. Indianola Academy got 35,586, and Restoration Ministries got $22,406 for a total of $96,214. So from the back, that's how much money went to the private schools. Now, our learning management system and Zoom, what we're on right now, is not free. Canvas is not free. So that cost the district $288,194.90. That came out of the CARES money. Stipends for syllabi. What do you mean by that, Ms. Davis? So with Canvas, there's a lot of information that we have to start with. So we hired teachers to come in this summer to create those syllabi so that our Canvas can be very effective and efficient for our children. And we had to pay those teachers because they weren't under contract. So we had several teachers to come in. And so with, and I think we paid them $25 an hour, but we also have to pay their fringe benefits. So that totaled $64,142.70. Hotspots, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, where we have hotspots at each of our buildings so that our campus are internet accessible. That was $106,000. Sanitation, all the masks, all the sanitation cleaning solutions, disinfecting the buildings, a total of $479,635.20. Technology, all the computers that we're ordering for students and staff, $1,332,000. And then indirect costs, which is $24,011. Now, someone may ask, what are indirect costs? Those are costs that are associated with getting all this other stuff. That can include shipping and handling. It can include installation fees. All that goes into indirect costs, and that total, like I said, about $24,000. Now, I know some of you are adding all of this up, and I challenge you to. When you add all that up, it comes to a whopping $2,390,198, which is the exact amount of CARES money that the district received. So I hope that clarifies any questions about what did the district do with that money. There it is right there, okay? So from there, we'll go on to technology. So what type of technology did we buy with that $1,332,000? So this is the technology that was purchased. Children in grades kindergarten through 5 across the district will receive Chromebooks. Children in grades 6 through 12 will receive laptops. And we will purchase 750 hotspots that parents can utilize if need be. Hotspots are for those areas that do not have internet access, or if parents don't have internet in their homes. All teachers will receive laptops, webcams, headsets, and they'll also have the option to get a hotspot if need be. So when will this technology arrive? Teachers are expected, the hotspots are expected, the technology is expected to be here. We thought it was going to be today. They called us and told us it'll be tomorrow because they didn't deliver to Indianola today. So teacher laptops and equipment will be here on tomorrow, September 2nd, 2020. Student technology, there has been a delay, and they're expected to arrive September 15th, 2020. And I'm going to talk to you about the plan that we have in place for those days that children do not have technology. Each school site has been equipped to serve as a hotspot. So for those parents who do not have internet access, you can drive up to any school campus and gain access to the internet. You just have to contact the school office to receive the Wi-Fi access code, and that code will be changed periodically. But if you do not have internet at your home, you can drive up to one of our campuses, and like I say, you'll have internet access. Once our technology arrives, you'll have the option of getting a hotspot, so you can have internet access at your home if you choose. Learning packets. So until our technology arrives, we understand that there are some parents or children who do not have technology or who do not have internet access. so that we want to make sure that that learning continues for all of our children, whether they have technology or not. So we have hired an external provider to create learning packets for our children in the areas of English, math, science, and social studies. It's going to be purchased grades kindergarten through 12th. So for students who do not have access to any technological device or internet access, they'll be receiving learning packets. And Ms. Ransom, who is our alternative school director, will now serve as our director of virtual learning. She will be responsible for reaching out to those parents to provide them with those learning packets if they do not have access to technology. Ms. Ransom can be reached at 662-887-1277. Or you can email her at kransom@sunflower.k12.ms.us, and all this information will be on our website. If you do not have internet access, nor do you have technology, please contact Ms. Ransom. You do not have to contact your child's school. Contact Ms. Ransom, and she will make sure that your child gets those learning packets. Learning packets will be provided for students without technology, internet, until our technology arrives, or September 30th, whichever comes last. So if we get our technology on September 15th, we'll still continue the packets until September 30th. If, God forbid, our technology doesn't get here to October 15th, we'll continue with the learning packets until then. So whichever comes last. But we will have learning packets for those children who do not have access to technology or internet, so their learning does not have to be interrupted. Ms. Ransom will handle the dissemination and pickup of learning packets. And once you make contact with her, she will provide you with all the details surrounding those learning packets. Again, that's Ms. Kalia Ransom. Her number is 662-887-1277. Her email address is kransom@sunflower.k12.ms.us for all of your learning packet needs. Now, this has been the big topic, the technology waivers and fees. So parents will have to sign technology waivers before students gain access to district-issued technology, because this is a liability issue. We want to make sure that parents understand that it's going to be their responsibility to make sure that the children are using the technology appropriately, that they're not going to inappropriate sites or anything like that. So we have to sign those waivers. Parents will not be able to receive devices without signing the waivers. The waivers, like I said, are for appropriate usage of technology and internet, and it outlines the responsibilities of both the parents and the students. There will be a non-refundable $25 insurance fee for each technological device issued by the district per school year. So there will be a non-refundable $25 insurance fee for the technology. This fee covers the cost of insurance on devices and allows for a loaner device to be used in the case of a damaged device. So for instance, if your child has a computer and he or she drops it and breaks it, that $25 fee will allow us to replace or fix whatever is broken and allow you to have a loaner device to use until we fix that equipment. Now, note that I said insurance, and I'm gonna go back real quickly for those of you who are viewing this. CARES does not cover insurance. The district has to pay for insurance. That comes out of the district fund. So that's why we're charging a $25 insurance fee to cover the cost of insurance. Now, some parents have made it very clear that they do not want to pay the $25 insurance fee, and you have every right to make that decision. However, parents who choose to opt out of the insurance fee will be responsible for the cost of all damages to the technology. Let me say that again. Parents who choose to opt out of the insurance fee will be responsible for all damages to technology. It's just like with your car. If you don't have insurance and you hit somebody or you're going to be responsible for paying for it. Parents have the autonomy to determine how many, if any, devices they want to utilize. For example, if a household has 3 school-age students, the parent may only want to get 2 devices at a cost of $25 per device. So you do not have to get a device for every child in your home. That is a parent decision. Parents have the option of utilizing their own technological device, but they will be responsible for the student's ability to access the instructional program. So if you have a device at home and you don't want to use the district's technology, you have that right to as well. Waivers, which will be included in the technology handbook and is already on our district webpage, they can be downloaded from the district webpage, or they can be picked up at the student school. So those waivers are already out there. So again, $25 insurance fee for each device. That means if you want to get a computer and a hotspot, that's going to be $50 insurance fee. But you have the right to not purchase the insurance. Now, let me just go a little bit further with that. This is our policy, IJEA. And I'm going to read this policy, so bear with me. Insurance fees for take-home district devices. Parents, guardians shall pay a non-refundable annual insurance fee for student use of a district device. That means one time per year. In the event that the insured device is damaged, there will be an additional fee to cover damages according to the needed repair. The SCCSD Technology Handbook, see the handbook for estimated repair pricing and deductibles. Parents who opt not to pay the insurance fee will be liable for any needed repairs and the full replacement cost of the device if the device is damaged beyond repair. Loaner devices will not be issued to students who have not paid the non-refundable insurance fee. High school seniors must clear all records and pay all fees before they shall be allowed to participate in commencement exercises. All other students must clear all records and pay all fees before they will be allowed to register for the next school year or transfer to another school or school district. So all that is saying is, if you just decide not to get the insurance and the computer or the Chromebook is broken, you will not be allowed to participate in, your child will not be allowed to participate in graduation. They will not be able to register for the next year or to transfer to another school until that fee is paid. Now, someone may be asking, so how much is the fee? Well, I'm glad you asked. The insurance is $25 per year. However, if you choose not to get the insurance and you get a Chromebook and it is broken, you will be required to pay $376. That's how much the district paid for each Chromebook. So each Chromebook that we ordered, I think we ordered about $700 and something. We paid $376 for it. But the parents are allowed to get that Chromebook that we paid $376 for $25, which is only the insurance. Laptops, which was for grades 6 through 12, $588 per laptop. So you can pay $25 a year for the insurance or choose not to, and then if something happens to the laptop, you'll be required to pay $588 to replace the laptop before your child can move to the next grade, graduate, or transfer to another school. The MiFi hotspots that we're talking about, the actual device costs $89 plus $20 a month for internet. So if you decide that you do not want to get the insurance, you're going to have to pay $109 when if you just pay a one-time fee of $25, you can have it for the whole year and you don't have to pay a monthly fee. But again, that is at the discretion of the parent. We're going to strongly encourage the insurance, but like I said, it's at the discretion of the parent. And so why are we trying to get insurance? This is a large amount of money. We will never get this amount of money again. And we have to have these computers for years to come. So we can't risk, all these devices being torn up or thrown away because we won't be able to replace them. However, with us having this insurance, we will be able to afford to replace them if, something happens. So that is the fee situation, $25 per year for insurance. Because a couple people have said, well, they got all their CARES money to buy the technology. Why we got to pay for it? We're not asking anyone to pay for computers. All we're asking is for insurance. And I'll go back to this slide again. CARES money does not cover insurance. So the question that parents have to ask themselves, do they want to pay the $25 for a year insurance, or do they want to take the risk of having to, at the end of the year, pay this amount? Because at the end of the year, every child will have to turn in all of the technology that they receive from the district. They will have to turn it in and be accountable for it. And if it's damaged, broken, then if they didn't get the insurance, it'll be the parent's responsibility. Okay? Technology training. There will be a parent-student technology training conducted by the librarians on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, via Zoom at 6 p.m. This training will show parents how to access our Canvas, and it will allow children an opportunity to see how to access Canvas. The flyer, which will contain the Zoom information, will be posted on our district website and social media page in the morning by 10 o'clock. They're still working on it. The librarians were working so hard on getting the actual video together that they forgot to do the flyer. But Dr. Simpson assured me that they'll be ready in the morning. The district will also offer a day in the life of a virtual student on Friday, September 4th, 2020 at 10 o'clock a.m. and at 1 o'clock p.m. Now, during this time, students and parents will actually be able to log on to a virtual classroom. So if you choose to attend the 10 o'clock a.m. session, the children will log into their first period class and they'll see what it's like to be in a virtual classroom. If you decide to log in at the 1 p.m. session, they'll log into their 5th period class. And again, it'll be a different teacher, but they'll see what it's like to be in an actual virtual classroom. The classes the students attend is based on their individual schedules. So that means children must be registered in order to participate in this day in the life of a virtual student, because in order to have your schedules, you must be registered. And then this is just a sample. This is the flyer. And this flyer will be on our social media pages, if it's not already, as well as our website. So parents and teachers can get a feel of what it feels like to be in an actual virtual classroom. And they'll be able to see their teachers and actually have a classroom, you know, going through the motions just like they will starting September 8th. And after those virtual sessions, if you have any issues, any login issues, again, you will contact Ms. Ransom. And you can send all of your questions through an email address, canvas@sunflower.k12.ms.us, and you'll be able to see this on our website and on our social media. Student schedules, as I have shared, student schedules can be retrieved via Active Parent. They can also be retrieved from the student's school. There's a suggested virtual schedule on the website, but children's actual schedule is based on the schedule that they get from the school. Attendance will be taken based on students logging into Canvas. So I highly encourage all parents to attend that training on tomorrow so they can see how their children should be logging into Canvas. Students must attend 5 of their 7 classes in order to be considered present. Parents will be notified daily if their students are absent from class. Also, all teachers will have office hours, whereas parents can communicate via phone and via Zoom conferences. So you will be able to reach out to parents and speak to them virtually or on the telephone. Contact your child's school for teacher office hours. Our exceptional ed babies, we will have intentional sessions with our exceptional ed teachers based on their IEPs and IEP goals. So our exceptional ed students will have that one-on-one contact with their SPED teachers every day. Student assignments will be provided by their classroom teachers with deadline dates and grading criteria. So children will have assignments with our virtual learning platform. Technology troubleshooting. If you have any issues with technology, our district technology department will assist you with those issues. We're going to post on our website who the technicians are for each school. So if you have a child at Carver and he or she is having trouble, you will contact that technology specialist at that school and they will help you with those issues. Ms. Ransom will also be available to help with troubleshooting for our technology and instructional program needs. We're also, and this is one of the things, I've been on so many meetings in these last few days, and now all that MDE and everyone is talking about is the social and emotional wellness of our children. And we've always been focused on that, so this is not new to us. Students will be contacted regularly throughout the first quarter to assess where they are and how they are doing. Counselors will reach out to parents and students every day via school status. The expectation is that counselors speak to at least 5 students or parents every day just to do a wellness check. How are you? What do you need? How can we better assist you? Our most vulnerable babies, to include our formal alternative school students and our exceptional education students, will be contacted weekly by the exceptional education staff and or Ms. Ransom and the alternative school staff. So we're going to be reaching out to those children personally, calling them on the phone every week to just check on them. Social and emotional wellness committees. This committee has created community groups to assist with the social and emotional needs of our parents and students. Mr. Ball leads that committee, and so he's going to be reaching out to various demographics within the community just to see how they can assist us with helping with the trauma that's associated with this pandemic. Feeding. Student meals will be prepared daily at the school sites. Students will be provided breakfast and lunch. Breakfast for the following day will be provided with the lunch, so as students and parents will only have to come to the school one day to receive both meals. Either the parent or student may come to the school to pick up the meals, because if you kindergarten babies, they can't come to the school to get the meals. It's going to have to be a parent or an adult. Meals will be transported to rural areas, and you can find out what those rural areas are. It's going to be posted on our district webpage and on our social media page. Lunch schedules can also be found on the social media page and our district webpage, and you can also contact the school to find out when they will have lunch. Students must provide their lunch numbers when retrieving the lunch. That's not a Ms. Davis issue. That's not a board issue. That's a requirement from the Mississippi Department of Education. As a matter of fact, MDE has also strongly encouraged that children can only pick up meals from the school that they attend. Now, we have tried to, circumvent that, because if I'm a parent and I have a child at Gentry, Lockhart, and Carver, then I don't want to go to all 3 of those sites to pick up meals. I want to just go to one school and be able to pick up my meal. So we have been able to make that happen. So children can pick up that meal at either school, but they will have to provide their lunch numbers. That is a requirement. If they don't provide their lunch numbers, we can't get reimbursed for the meals, which means we don't have food to feed the children. So they must provide their lunch numbers. And their lunch numbers are the same numbers that they've had in years prior. A few housekeeping items to answer some questions that came about. Students are not required to wear uniforms, but they are required to dress appropriately. So just like they would go to dress for $1, just as long as they're presentable, nothing derogatory on their shirt, no skin tight clothes, no skin showing. So they don't have to wear uniforms, but they do have to dress appropriately. The disciplinary expectations are the same for virtual school. So just like we expect them to behave in a regular school, we expect the same respect in the virtual school. If parents are viewing or attending school with their students, please be mindful of interruptions. If you have questions, please add them to the chat or reach out to the teachers during their office hours to keep from interrupting instruction. Because remember, it won't just be your child on that Zoom call, it'll be the entire classroom. And we don't have as much time as we would if the children were in session, so we want to make sure to protect all of the academic time that we can. The supplies that the children would need, they will need paper and they will need writing utensils. Headphones and earbuds are strongly recommended, but it's not required. But they will help the children because they cancel out a lot of that external outside noise. The school handbook will be approved at our board meeting on Tuesday, September 8th, 2020, and at that time we will upload it to our website. Virtual learning will take place from 7:30 to 3:30 every day, with classes beginning at 8:00 a.m. Now, one of the concerns that we heard about that is, y'all got kids going to school all day, okay? So if we were going traditional, children would be going to school from what time? 7:30 to 3:30. So this is real school, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. Now, principals have put breaks in the schedule so that children won't be sitting in front of a screen for 8 hours, but we're expecting children to be in a school mindset from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. They'll have time to meet with their teachers, to be taught, and to do assignments just like they would in a traditional school setting. And student integrity will be a key component in how prepared our students are when they return to the traditional learning setting. So we know children will be at home. We can't watch them to see if they're getting help from somebody, if somebody is doing their work. We're just going to have to trust our children and trust our parents that the work that the children turn in is actually their work. Because if they're turning in someone else's work, when they come back to school or when they have to take their state test, all of that is going to come to light. And we're not going to penalize children for what they don't know, because we recognize that they've been out of school since March 6th, but we do want them to at least try and put forth their best effort, so then we can diagnose where they are and meet their needs based on what they turn into us and where they are academically. Registration will reopen tomorrow, September 2nd, 2020, and will close on Thursday, September 3rd, 2020 at 12 noon. Now, we're going to reopen it tomorrow because after listening, I hope a lot of questions have been answered and encourages parents to go and register. But we are going to close it at September 3rd on 2020 so we can finalize our schedules and give our teachers some accurate information in regards to who will be in their classrooms. As a safety precaution to our staff, visitors will not be allowed in the buildings after Thursday, September 3rd, 2020 at noon. All school contact will have to be made via school phone call, email, or school status. And I've spoken to the schools, the school secretaries and principals about making sure that we are answering the phones when they ring. And I know a lot of times secretaries get overwhelmed, but we're going to have to make sure that we're answering the phones because we will not allow visitors in our buildings as a safety precaution to our faculty and staff. Closing thoughts. This is real school. I know a lot of people think, you know, the district is just doing something and just going through the motions until we're able to bring the children back. No, we're not. This virtual school is real school. The days count. If children are absent, we have to report them to the attendance officer. The grades count. These grades will go on their report card and on their transcripts. Everything counts. This is real school. The only difference is they're at home and not in the building. So please encourage your children to take this seriously. They need to get up and get ready and put on a school mindset just as they would if they were coming into a school building. This is real school. And last but not least, positive parental support and engagement can make a bad situation better. Negative parental support and engagement can make a bad situation worse. My question to you is, what category do you fall in? I have seen, I'm not on social media because my mind can't handle it, but a lot of my staff, a lot of them are. And some of the negativity that's being spewed to this staff is just mind-blowing. These people have families that they spend time away from to make sure that your children are protected and educated. So please, just give them a chance. Just give them a chance. They're leaving their homes, leaving their children to come and make sure that yours are being taught. So please offer them the same grace that we're offering you all. They're doing the best they can. And when this starts, when children come in on September the 8th, I can guarantee you that we're going to have some hiccups. That's just how life is. But we're doing the best we can. We didn't ask for this, just like you didn't ask for this. And I promise you, we're doing everything we can. We're giving it 100%. But please be mindful of the things you say and the way you treat these staff members who are doing all that they can to make sure that your children have a positive educational experience during this pandemic. So with that being said, again, positive parental support can make this horrible situation better, or negative parental support can make it worse. So just reflect on this tonight. Which category do you fall in? And if every time you go on social media, you're writing something negative or sharing false information, I challenge you to think about which one of those categories you're falling in. And do you want situations better or worse for your children? With that being said, if you have any questions, of course, you can always send them to the SCCSD media at sunflower.k12.ms.us link. You can go to facebook.com, and you can always give us a call here at the central office at 662-887-4919. I thank you all for your attention tonight. I hope I have answered your questions. And if you still have lingering questions after this, please contact the central office or contact your child's school, and we'll do our best to accommodate you. But if nothing else, I want you to say we appreciate you. We're looking forward to educating your children when they come back on September 8th, and continue to pray for our teachers, our staff, and I promise you we'll continue to do the same for you. Thank you. God bless you all, and good night.